So two things are happening right now. We have snow and we have action. Can you see there's a car just behind that tree? Amazing. Something is happening here. What is happening today? Can you guess what is happening today? Finally, something new is happening at the house. To be honest, it's not that exciting. So I've noticed there were only, well, this wood's only been here for 3 years, but it's already, you know, peeling, and it's frustrating because I paid quite a lot of money to have it painted, so I'm going to have to contact the company. They offer a guarantee, and well, this is not very good. So can you see what's happening? We have progress, guys, we have progress. So it's crazy how quickly age catches up with you. It was really difficult for me to negotiate kind of jumping out of the doorway behind me. And it's pretty crazy. When I was younger, you know, when you're a kid, you can do anything. You can go anywhere, you can jump around, you can fall on the floor, you can fall off your bike. The amount of times you fall off your bike and graze your leg. And I used to be a footballer. I'd dive at people's feet. I was a goalkeeper. But now, blimey, age catches up with you. It's a scary thing, really. When I turned 40, I'm now 46, but when I turned 40, I thought, oh man, I used to love skateboarding as a kid, and I bought myself a skateboard. No way in the world can I skateboard now. Impossible. Like, literally, you have the fear that you're going to break your leg. When you're a kid, you're fearless, aren't you? So today, it's actually pretty cold. It hasn't been cold for a while, but I took my gloves off for a couple of minutes and they were freezing already. My hands were freezing, my fingers were freezing, so it actually feels like winter right now. Not much snow, but feels like winter. So perhaps February we're going to have a winter, because so far this winter it's been like spring. So this is something I've talked about in the past, and it kind of pisses me off. And well, it's winter now, and so like you've got a sprinkling of snow on there, so you can't really see it. We've got the same there as well. So the chances are the owners of these houses are never ever going to move these materials. And you can see the red bricks and all this old cement blocks here, right? They're never going to get moved, are they? And it's kind of annoying, because in theory we've got a really beautiful road, we've got forest, and it's potentially it's very beautiful. But it's not beautiful if every day that you drive past you see and it looks like a building sign. It's pretty frustrating, really. But what can you do? So obviously there's no one living over there, so these people have built a nice little tree house and put a bench there and stuff. But still, it's frustrating. And this is the thing about Russia, really, that people just dump the leftover building materials opposite their plot, and that's it. Because in Russia the mentality is never to throw things away that might be useful again. And of course that's a great mentality to have, right? Brilliant. You don't want to be throwing things away, but why don't you keep them on the plot of land? I tell you why. Because you don't want to see them every day, because it's horrible and dirty and it just looks awful, right? Inside your plot of land you want it to be really nice, so you just dump the things opposite your house. So this neighbour here I respect, because look, he's built this amazing little mini house on the plot opposite his house, which is brilliant, really good. And a lot of people ask, do we have internet in the village? Yes, high-speed internet. Another thing that a lot of people ask me in the comments are there any building codes? Pretty much non-existent. That is the answer. You can't build more than 3 stories, but pretty much everything else is fine. So you're going to get people building wooden houses, you're going to get people building brick houses, some people are going to use breeze blocks and not even put any kind of siding on them, some are going to build log cabins, and everything else in between. Obviously Russians love these high fences, and I'll talk about that in a second, but you can see the different types of houses just on my street alone. So in the Soviet Union everything was equal, shared. There was no real private things. And so when people are used to living in an apartment block where they live in an apartment and anyone can walk around on the land nearby and none of it's kind of private, well, they long for that little bit of private land. And so when they build a house, they build a wall, because inside the wall they can build anything they want, they can create anything they want, and that wall shows other people that beyond this wall is private, it's ours, not yours, not to be shared with everyone, it's ours. And also inside the wall you can create the beauty and you can protect it, but outside the wall you have no idea. People are going to leave building materials lying around. Maybe the road won't be so nice. Maybe your neighbour does something horrible outside, right? You've got no idea. You can't protect that. You can't do anything about the land outside your fence. But inside your fence, you can create your own version of paradise. So these two houses are pretty new, and I don't think anyone's living in them yet. Got one there and one here. We've got no fences or anything, so I'm guessing, even though I can see we've got the boiler and everything in there. And then the last plot on my road, I can see we've built two houses. Maybe it's father or family and son or something, or perhaps this one isn't a house. It's very interesting with loads of these little really small windows. So this is something that, well, we don't really need, but it gives that added bit of security, which is always nice. We've only got 15 houses on the road, and then we've got the barrier here and the camera that shows, well, it activates every time someone goes in and out. Now obviously you could just walk around the barrier, right? But it's going to protect from cars coming in and out, and here it says don't stand closer than 5 meters. So this is the main road, and we're the last road in the village. If you go down here, it'll just lead to some allotments. And if we go back this way, I'll walk down the street that's parallel to mine, because on that street most of the work and the houses are finished and people are living. So our village, what do we have in the village? We have a supermarket, we have a small shop, we have a meat shop, and the meat shop is connected to the abattoir, so it's mainly pork, so I'm not going to be buying anything from there anyway. But apart from that, we also have a doctor's surgery. Now it's not open every day, but in our village chat people will ask, is it going to be open today and stuff, so we have that. We all also have like a central administration. But how villages work in Russia is there's a few villages, and there's the main village with the main administration, and that's about 2 or 3 miles down the road. It's a bigger village. They actually have a college there, schools, all sorts of things like that, and that's where you go to if you have like a, I don't know, a problem. But you know, we don't really have any problems. The only problems we really have are every now and again the electricity will get cut off, and that happens simply because the electricity grid hasn't really been upgraded much. But all of this area is pretty much brand new. It's connected to a small village, and the small village, obviously in the past it was fine, there was about 50 houses, whereas now we've got a load more of these brand new houses. And so every now and again, the grid will, something happen with it, and we'll be without electricity for a few hours, which obviously isn't that great in winter, but most people have another generator that will kick in. So it's interesting how people put these things up, because in theory you're not supposed to, right? It's a public road, but we've got the stop sign. What makes me laugh is this. Obviously it's saying, look, the barrier will open automatically, there's a video in operation, be careful of kids running around, but then it says speed limit 5 miles an hour or 5 kilometers an hour. There's no way anyone's driving that slow. So some people say they hate the fact that all the buildings are different styles, because they've all been individually built, all using different people to build them, different designs, different ideas, different dreams. And other people say, oh, they love the fact that there's different types of styles of building, because where they live it's all the same. I love little things like this. You can see they're wanting to grow some trees. So these lanes here are actually for fire trucks. So you've got the main road, and then in between the houses you've got a place for fire trucks. Now what's interesting is they've put this block here, right, so that normal cars can't get down it, so people can't go in and out, because obviously they've got the barrier there. So we've got a nice house there with some nice trees, look. And this road it's really nice. It's really peaceful. One of the things you find on roads like this is there's not really many people around. Maybe in summer some kids will be playing, but because everyone's got a nice sized plot, more than likely the kids will be inside the fence rather than outside the fence. And so look, you can see up there that this guy's got a video camera as well up there. And it is very, very peaceful. Nobody around at all apart from the odd barking dog. Another thing that a lot of people ask me is about the drainage system and about the water supply. There's no central water or drainage system at all, no sewage. Everybody on their own plots builds their individual septic tanks and their water. So they dig for water and have a automated well. So there's no connection to like a main grid or anything like that. The gas is brought in from a long way away, and everywhere you can see these like yellow posts sticking up the ground. That's a sign that there's gas. So most of these houses here will already be connected to gas 100%. Connecting your house to the gas, however, is a process. You have to have your plan approved and to show that everything is going to be safe, and then you write and ask permission for the gas company to come and connect your plot. And that's kind of how it works. It's the same with electricity. You write and ask for permission for the electricity to be connected. Yes, it's all here above here, but they need to come to your individual plot and connect your plot so that your meter starts working. So how do people communicate here? There's no one around, no real meeting place. Well, it's all done on the group chat. That's it. Everyone is online now. It's all about the group chat rather than the actual physically meeting in person. Wouldn't it be nice to have the road named after you, eh? That'd be really cool, wouldn't it? Maybe when you're dead, right? That's when it happens. You have to do something amazing and then die. So I'm going to walk down one of the fire lanes now to go back to my house, which is just over there. I don't know if you can see the black click faults behind the white house there. And you see again, this is what I'm talking about with the things kind of being dumped. It's kind of annoying, right? Because this area is, well, it could be really picturesque. And the chances are that these things are never, ever, ever going to be moved. This guy here on the fire lane has put his septic tank. And there we go, blocking the fire lane off here again. I wonder if there's a fire they're ever going to try and actually realistically go down these fire lanes, or they just go down the roads. Anyway, I'm using the fire lane now to get back to my house to show you the update. I wonder if there's been any progress yet. Let's have a look. Oh, we have progress. Look, can you see what I have here? I have a temporary door. How bad does this door look? Because this door is actually brand new. It's a brand new door. Well, look how funny it looks, because obviously you can't get the doors the actual same size unless you order them specially, and they cost a fortune. And so you'll see I've got loads of building waste here too, but where is it? It's on my plot. That's the difference. It's on my plot. Oh, there's my neighbour. Let's see if he stops. Or I've already spoken to him today, to be fair. Привет! Давай. To be honest, it looks pretty cool from here because of just how dark it is. You can't see inside there at all. The whole thing's black apart from the doorway. And I'll show you the types of doors that I plan to put on the house when it's done. Going to be very interesting, and I'm going to use some of them for the interior doors too. So what's next for my house? Well, there's a few things I need to do now. I'm waiting for the electricity to be connected. Once I get the electricity connected, I can put in the septic and the water, right? Once I get the water and the septic connected, I'm going to put the fence up, and then at that point we can put the boiler in and do all the wiring and all that stuff. The other thing that I'm waiting to be connected is the gas. There's a few documents I still need to do in order to get the gas connected. And then at that point, we can start working on the inside and doing the interior. So obviously with the doors being temporary and being a different size to the actual doorway, we've had to put these blocks on the side here. You can see we've glued them up. And then we're going to put the door on. And it's only going to be here while we build, and then we're going to put proper doors. So there we go, temporary door all ready.